Welcome back to Perkins Pipes. Got the 2024 commemorative Perkins Pipes pipe here from Catholic Pipes. We'll put a link to that wonderful company in the video. And I want to share with you something that came out of a conversation, actually a text conversation that I was having with a friend of mine just recently. So let's get this guy lit. Oh, and by the way, what we got in here is some of this Louisiana Perique that Skylar Grimes sent me. So let's get this guy lit. Let's get to talking. There we go. I was talking with a friend of mine, actually a fellow that I've mentioned on this channel before, a guy named Mark. And I've actually forgotten a little bit about what the original topic was, but we were talking about something out in the news in the present day, and I made this comment. I said, you should never underestimate the desire of human beings to be liked, to want to sit at the cool kids' table, to be part of the in crowd. We all do. It's just part of how we're made. It feeds into the social nature of who we are as human beings. Nothing wrong with that on the surface, right? To want to be a part of what's going on. Hey, I hope you want to be a part of what's going on over here at Perkins Pipes, right? Hopefully you want to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That's what we enjoy, right? We enjoy people getting together and connecting and so forth. So that's fine. But when it is just wanting to sit at the cool kids' table, simply because you think it's the cool kids' table. And again, we all do that too, but it's something, quite honestly, we probably should have grown up from somewhere after about, I don't know, age 14 or 15. And you see this all the time in social media, right? People who, okay, why do things start trending? Why do things start going viral? Something happens in the world, somebody comments on it, and next thing you know, that particular comment, that particular take on that event gets spread around all over the place. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually enjoy social media quite a bit. There's a lot of people that like to bash social media. Well, it's like anything, right? It can be used for good. It can be used for bad. And I enjoy it. It's a way to connect with people. Obviously, I enjoy connecting in the pipe community, Facebook, Pipe Cottage Social, YouTube, all this kind of stuff. But what's interesting is when you see people, maybe your friends and family, reposting the same thing, the same meme, the same quote, the same picture, whatever it is. And you can kind of tell a lot of times that they haven't necessarily thought of this thing themselves, but they're jumping on the bandwagon. Because they want to seem smart. They want to seem cool. They want to seem part of the in crowd. Oh, yes, I get that. Yes, I want to throw my hat in with people who say that and people who believe that. And maybe they do. Maybe it's truly honest and they really do believe in that thing. But I think for some of people, and again, some of us, I'll say all of us from time to time, we do it just because we don't want to be left out. We don't want to look foolish. We want to be part of the in crowd. And you say, well, no. I'm one of those people that's critical of everything. Okay, let me ask you this. Are you genuinely analytical? Are you genuinely critiquing? And I mean critical in that sense of the word, not necessarily, oh, you're bad. No, but critic in the sense of critiquing, analyzing. Are you genuinely doing that? Or have you picked up somewhere along the way that the smart people critique things? That the cool people, the intellectual people, they're the ones who critique things. And so to be like them, right, you said, well, I'm going to be the person who critiques things. And I think that there are flip sides of the same coin, right? You have the people who simply repost and reshare simply because it's the cool thing to do. And you have people who like to critique and criticize, again, in that sense of analysis, simply because they've heard that's the cool thing to do. In 1951, there was a wonderful movie, one of these big Hollywood blockbusters called Quo Vadis, Latin for Where Are You Going? There's a wonderful scene in which Peter Ustinov plays the Roman Emperor Nero. He's at a dinner party. And he and some of his friends have these devices. They're like a ruby or an emerald in a golden little stand sort of thing, little holder. And they'll hold these up to their eyes and look around the dinner party and look at different people. And at one point, Nero looks out and his eyes fall upon this woman. And it's clear, all right, that he's leering at her. Now, his right-hand man at that time was a fellow named Petronius. Petronius, again, these are both real people from history. And Petronius, educated man, cultured man. In fact, Nero had him as his arbiter elegantiae, his arbiter of good taste. And the girl that Nero's eyes have fallen upon, I think if I'm remembering the movie correctly, is maybe like Petronius' niece or something like this. Petronius does not want this woman to fall prey, all right, to the imperial lech that Nero is. So he says to Nero, he says, oh, your majesty, you're not going to be interested in that woman. She's too narrow in the hips. Now Nero kind of has to decide here. Is he going to let his baser instincts take over? Right? Or does he want to sit at the cool kids' table? And you see him look through his eyepiece out at this woman. And you can see in his face, Peter Ustinov does such a wonderful job playing this character. You can see in his face that he's still interested in the woman. But he doesn't want to look like a fool in front of his educated advisor. And so he says, oh yes, too narrow in the hips. It's a funny scene, and it reminds us that we all do have that tendency. So I want to throw that out there to all of us, really throwing it out there to me as well. When we share things online, are we doing that because we really believe? Are we doing it because we really care about that thing, really believe in that thing? Or if we critique it, are we critiquing it because there's some genuine analysis that we want to provide? Or are we doing those things just to sit at the cool kids' table? As Malcolm Guite likes to say, I do these little things in order at last to do nothing. Or as I like to say in Latin, Parva ut tandem, nihil agam. Have a wonderful day.
There was a man